Well, hello there. Welcome to episode 287 of the ProSynth Network live show. Thank you for joining us. If you are new to the channel, new to the show, welcome. Tell us, if you are, tell us in the chat how you found out about us. We want to know if our marketing works. But anyway, welcome to the show. We've got 2 hours of talking the latest music technology topics, synthesizers, drum machines, software, all sorts of stuff, even Eurorack. We sometimes touch on that. But we've got lots of goodies to talk about this week, including a bit of a debrief from Machina Bristronica, which happened last weekend, and half of the panel were there. So you're going to get some first-hand recollections. That's the word I think I was looking for. You're going to get some of that, and we'll also talk about some of the big news topics, because there's been at least a couple this week, and there were some new things at Bristronica that we got hands on with that we can talk about there. And yeah, lots to get through before we can all go away at 9 o'clock and listen to the new Taylor Swift album, because that's what we're all going to do, isn't it? Anyway, before we get into that, let me just bring in the usual gubbins, the housekeeping stuff. What do we got? First of all, if you wouldn't mind, give us a like and a comment, a subscribe and a share. That would be fantastic. Give us a thumbs up during the show. Apparently that's better for us, for the algorithm. I don't know why, but if you don't like us, give us a thumbs down. I'm never shy of people giving us a thumbs down, but tell us why you gave us a thumbs down so we can make it better. If we're not doing something you like, we can improve. That's what we want to do, because we are a show for the community, and if the community doesn't like us, then we need to know. If you want to comment during the show, you can do so in the YouTube chat. That is where the bulk of our viewers reside during the show. But of course, if you're watching on Facebook, you can comment underneath the video stream there. And also, if you're watching on Twitch, if you are that one person who seems to watch us on Twitch, hello. I'm sorry you're all on your own. I'm considering turning it off, but tell me if I ought not to. But you can comment there as well, and we get all of those messages into the chat. If you have a particular question to ask about the topic that we're talking about, or one of the panel, then please preface your question with a capital Q. That way we can see it, and we'll chuck it into the bucket for us to come to at the appropriate time. As I said before, we are community based. We do it for you, and we need your help in doing that financially. But you don't have to do this. You're not obliged to, but lots of people have asked me how can they donate to the channel, and this is probably one of the best ways, is to support us on our Patreon page, because you then get a whole bunch of free stuff. You get free sounds for your synthesizers, you get free sample based instruments, you get video content without adverts, exclusive and otherwise. So there's lots of stuff on there that you can get for your minimum of $2 a month. The other thing you can also do is use YouTube channel membership. Exactly the same price, you get exactly the same package, you get all of that free stuff thrown in for you there. Another way you can support us, of course, is by buying merchandise. We have our own merch store. There we go, there's the link on the screen. It's also in the description down below the video. ProSynthNetwork.com/merch. You can get silly t-shirts like this one that I've got on. You can get sensible t-shirts, you can get mugs and bikinis and all sorts of wonderful items with our logo emblazoned upon them. And it was lovely to see at Bristronica lots of people wearing ProSynth Network t-shirts. Somebody actually came up to me and says, I was pulled up on the services on the M5 and saw people walking around with your logo on their t-shirts. Brilliant. So whoever that was, thank you. So it's really nice to see, and thank you for your support. We were able to take a little bit of the profit from each of those items to help pay for the channel. So thank you very much indeed. If you want to follow us on socials, you can do at all of these places listed here. The handle is at ProSynth Network across all of those. So if you can, if you want to follow us there, Facebook is the most active one. Please do. And thank you very much for your patronage as always. And we do have coming up a little bit later on in the show, probably around the top of the first hour, we've got a Synthspirations all the way from the Netherlands. So we're very excited about that and looking forward to playing that. So Tommy, I hope you're watching. Your Synthspirations is coming up a little bit later. So, stick around for that, and we'll also tell you how you can send in your Synthspirations video for us to share with the community. Right, that's it. I'm done waffling. Let me get through the panel. First up, I'm going to bring in my colleague who accompanies us on all of our outside broadcasts. That would be lovely if we could do a proper outside broadcast. But Peter is my sidekick out on the road. He's the muscle man of the operation.
Don't know about that.
Welcome, Peter. James Stephen, how are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm fine, thank you. Yeah.
Are you all settled back in now? Have you got everything back in?
It's sort of in the other room in boxes still, but yeah, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're the same. But no, we've had a good week, haven't we?
It's been a very it was a very busy weekend. Lots going on and lots of lovely people to see and talk to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was the most famous person we had on our stand? Was it probably Will and Adrian, wasn't it?
Will and Adrian, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Will Gregory and Adrian Utley, both on that. That was
playing your synth. Brilliant.
Yeah. Will Gregory loved the CS6X.
I know.
So much so he took a picture of it and said, "I think I might get one of these."
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? They're obviously using other things back in the day. And
Adrian's a real diamond. So
yeah. He's still after that elusive sampler that he keeps talking about every year. We see him.
Yeah. But no, he's super nice, and of course there was lots of other people as well. But we'll talk about those.
We will.
But yeah, thank you. I thought get you in to give us your opinion of the show because you were there too. So look forward to your thoughts. We've also got somebody else that was at Bristolonica, Mr. Jason Jervis, who was accosting people with his mobile camera doing live streams. You brave gentleman. That's. With all the phones in that sucking the bandwidth out of the place, you did a good job. Yeah,
2 days worth of running around. I got incredible. I don't think my voice has recovered yet.
No,
and I've had a busy week at work, so it's been a kind of an intense time. But obviously, I did a full debrief on my show on Wednesday this week.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about Bristol, so I probably won't say anything more because we'll open the topic and then everyone else like, come on, stop talking. Yeah. But good to be here.
Absolutely. Good to have you. Thank you very much indeed. And he's currently anchored down up in the north of Scotland somewhere, being battered by Amy, which I think it was a personal goal of Scott. There he is, still intact, still there. Scott McAuley of Scott McAuley Sounds. Welcome, sir.
Hello, guys. How's everyone doing? Yes, it is. It's courtesy of wrong side,
Bob Mo Foundation.
Yeah. It just arrived this week, so I was well chuffed with that.
Yeah, we were at Kent's on Wednesday, and Peter Toll had one of those on. So yes, nice to see them coming through.
They must have just all been arriving this week. Yes, I have. Mostly on the forum. That's been most of my week this week, just finding my feet through that. Lovely little synth, though. I'm so impressed with it. So impressed for the size of it. So so that's most of my week has been taken up with that. A few other sort of little musical projects and catching up with a couple of friends, but really that's been about it this week. Quite quiet as far as socialising goes, but work-wise has been fine. It's been busy enough.
And you released a new sound bank.
I did, yes, for the E7, which seems to have been another one that seems to have been greatly received, I think. There's not too many of them out there, so and again, that's the E7 is well and truly embedded in my studio now. It's going nowhere. It's lovely. It really is a lovely sounding synth.
Yeah, no, it is very good, and I suppose we can reveal that we've got Guido coming on the show in early November. Yeah, thanks to you and your So that's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be really nice to chat with him. Really nice to chat with him.
Absolutely,
looking forward to that one.
Yeah, thanks for making the connection. That was
no problem.
Much appreciated. Brilliant stuff. And bringing up the rear, as he always tends to do, although we don't have a Kent Spong yet, so he will be last. But it's a rather sniffly Mr. Andrew Longhurst. How are you feeling today?
Still not great, but we're getting there. Yeah, I know. I've been icky since last week, so it's just one of those things. It's a bug and allergy that stopped me coming down to see Kent on Wednesday. I don't think I'm going to be going to the music thing tomorrow either. No. I just feel like I'm trapped at the moment, but there we go. There we go.
Oh, well. Never mind. Well, I hope it improves soon.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure
yes.
it will. It was funny doing some sound design last week because my ears just blocked up and I couldn't hear any of the top end.
That's no good,
so it was kind of interesting hearing those back a bit later. What? Yeah.
Well, Mr. Spong is going to be on the drag. I got a message from him about 2 minutes before we went live, and it reads, and I'll quote, going to be late in. Fiona did something silly. Not her fault, really. She forgot it was Friday, I guess. So make of that what you will, but hopefully Mr. Spong will be joining us shortly to add his tuppence halfpenny into the mix. So we will carry on regardless because time marches on and we've only got an hour and 50 minutes left. And there's been some pretty big news. All of a sudden, it's like a number 9 bust, nothing for weeks, and then all this stuff comes along at once. So I guess we ought to kick off with probably the biggest news, the most talked about thing. Yeah. Let's get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. This is what happens when you don't chase analog ghosts. You catch up with them, and you end up making analog stuff again.
Nice.
And there it is. Finally, it is here. It's the Roland TR-1000 Rhythm Creator. It is the first time Roland have put analog circuits into drum machines for over 40 years. They said they would never do it, and they lied. They did it, and I'm very glad that they did. I think this thing is epic. I think it's amazing. I love it. I can't afford it. I'll never get one. But I think it's great that it exists. So just to let everyone know what this kind of consists of, it is, as we said, it's got almost all of the 808 analog circuits. Not all of the sounds are replicated in analog circuitry. It's got almost pretty much all of the 909 analog circuits as well. But of course, the 909 also had samples, so they're in there. But it's also got ACB modeling, which apparently has been greatly improved, and also features a circuit bent version of it. So quite what that means in practice, I don't know, but it clearly means that you can do lots of crazy things with this virtual analog modeling. There's FM in there, there's sampling, there's looping, there's all sorts. It's basically, as it says on the box, it's a rhythm creator. It's not a drum machine, it's a rhythm creator. You can do all sorts of amazing stuff with it. Lots of people have criticized the very plain industrial look of it. I think that personally looks absolutely stunning. No fancy stuff going on there. Loads of connectivity at the back. Let me just bring the picture of the rear end of this. Calm down, people. There we go. So not only have you got obviously a couple of stereo pairs out, and you've got an analog effects out in there as well, because it has an analog effects engine as well as all the digital gubbins. You've got a full complement of individual outs, which also double up as trigger outs, so you can trigger all sorts of different things from there. You've got external in for sampling, stereo. You've got trigger and CV ins and outs and clocks outs, and you've got a filter CV in as well, so you can mess around with the analog filter from an external source. You've got pedal control, you've got USB, you've got full 5-pin DIN MIDI, which also doubles up as DIN sync. That's how kind of thorough they've been with this. If you've got DIN sync stuff, you can just plug it into this and away you go. And of course, it's got the full USB connections, and there is a software editor for this as well that you can run on your computers. They've literally thrown the kitchen sink. They probably made it out of a kitchen sink. It's full aluminium front panel and a steel chassis. It's this is why this is costing. Certainly in the UK, the cheapest I've seen is around 2279. The list price was 2499, I think, in the UK, and it's 2699 in Europe. US, I can't remember, but it's probably going to be a little bit north of 27. It's a hefty piece of kit, but it sounds amazing. And the best video you need to go and watch, if you haven't already watched it, and I'm sure most of you have, is Alex Ball's video. Because you can't cover all of this in a small video. Loopop's is amazing as well. That really gets quite thorough. But Alex kind of covers, the important stuff, and he puts it up against his 808, which I think was, he told us at the weekend, Roland asked him to do that. They were that confident. And he also told us a very interesting thing about the 808, and that there was 2 revisions of the snare circuit. There was an original one that was pitched slightly higher, and then everything else. And they actually had an original 808 in Hamamatsu, and that's the one they've modelled. So you're getting the OG 808 snare in there. But of course you can mess around and do all sorts of wonderful things with it. So it's a fantastic unit. It's had people gushing, it's had people ranting, and I guess that's just the way of the world. But I like it. What about you, gentlemen?
It's nice to have an expensive bit of gear to lust after that we can't.
Definitely.
I know it sounds weird, but it is kind of nice, and it does sound amazing. And it is about time that Roland did it. It's been too long, and I mean, you think about how many people over the years have lusted after the originals and have had to sort of settle for samples. I mean, the Dr. Rhythm DR660, which was on everything in the 90s, right? Because people couldn't get hold of it, or couldn't warrant the 500.
I've still got mine, Jason. I've still got my 660.
No, I got rid of mine.
It's sitting in a box in my cupboard.
But yeah, I mean, I still cast my mind back to the music store I worked in. Took delivery of an 808. Oh, I'm not paying 500 quid for that.
I bet you wish you did.
I really do. But I paid that onto a sequential 6-track instead, which is probably still worth it. But no, it is nice and it's nice to have something that's a real flagship item. A lot of other manufacturers are doing that, and it is good to have things that are out of our reach. We need to have to want things, and I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely. And I also think that this is now Roland back in the business of building analog stuff. So I mean that's no mean feat to be able to go from a company that's been 100% digital for so many years to ramp up your production and design to now build analog circuits. This has got to mean they can't just do this one machine and go away.
Something else, isn't there?
There's got to be something else. And given that this is a flagship, we'll probably see smaller units, maybe one that focuses just on the 808 and one that just on the 909 and some other bits. They're bound to do that. So I think this is the start of things to come. And like you say, I think it's great that we have it. And if you want to learn more about it, you can do so by scanning that thing just there. Look, we have the QR codes. So the QR code will take you right to the Roland page if you want to learn more about it. But of course, I'm sure Mr. Brooks has been putting links in the chat. If he hasn't, I'll do it for him. There you go. No, Ros, there is no D-beam on it. They've missed a trick there. But hey, there's still time yet. Peter.
It's the layers. You can have a fat clap if you really want to. It's there.
Who doesn't like a fat clap?
Well, but I think it's the old cliche when you get a synth and you can lose days in it. You're going to lose weeks in this drum machine. There is so much to do, and learning curve would be amazing, but enjoyable, I think.
Yeah, didn't I'm sure that I read an interview where the project manager of this said it will take a competent user of such equipment around 2 years to learn everything and master everything in this unit.
I can
it's
imagine.
that deep. Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty spectacular stuff. Andrew, what do you reckon?
When I first saw it, I wasn't sure I understood exactly why they were bringing it out. And then I started seeing, reading a bit more about it. And there's there's a drum. There's an 808. There's a 909. Oh, it does phrase sampling. Oh, you can tune things. But and all the other bits and pieces and filters and things they do. But I think the thing which really has just captured my imagination the most is the way you can play around with the timing on individual tracks. You can push and pull the timing, and you can add groove stuff to it, which
swing.
Thank you. What a knowledge. The swing. But what that means is it's doing kind of what the early versions of Notator, which became Logic, does. And that was always just the grooviest thing in the world. So the more I looked at it, the more I'm going, hang on a minute, what? It does all of that, and it does that, and it does all these triggers and things. I think this is magnificent, and I think Peter got it right. Not Peter, Jer got it right, saying it's something you aspire to, and I really do aspire to this. This is a great looking piece of kit, really is. I love the look as well.
Yeah, so do
I. Clean, really clean.
And by all accounts, the Jason's just dipped out for a minute, so he'll be back in a minute. By all accounts, like every part of this thing is the top quality components, it's top quality materials, and all of that stuff. So, I think it's worth every penny. Even though there's lots of people out saying, "Oh, this is," well, we won't mention names, but people saying this is a rip-off or a scam. No, it's not.
You don't have to buy it.
Forcing you to buy it. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. If you want 808 sounds and you don't want to spend that much money, then go and get your sample packs. Get your sample packs, or get your TR8s or whatever.
This is a drum machine workstation. It's got the lot.
It's the fact that it is the analog circuitry of the original 808 and 909. Just getting those. If you wanted to buy an original 808 or 909, both arms, both legs gone.
What about the TR8S? That's an option if you want to spend less money.
Exactly,
because that's
it is
a fantastic drum machine.
But this is worth every penny of it. I did, it really is.
This is the Rolls Royce,
You've got to have Rolls Royces, definitely.
What do you reckon, Scott? You getting one?
It's not in my shopping basket. Yet.
But if everybody buys some of your libraries, you might be able to.
Well, there we go, yeah. I love it, and I think it sounds great. And the main one I watched was actually Alex's video on it, and his video was great, especially when he put it up against his own 808.
Yeah.
And they've nailed it. They really have nailed it. And design-wise, yes, it looks plain, but I think that itself will stand the test of time. It's always just going to look good.
Yeah, exactly.
And sounds-wise, you just can't fault that. It just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Love the drive.
It's just, the whole thing. It's just the whole build. You can see with the build quality of the thing. It's just there's been no expense spared with it. I do hope it is a start of something else from Roland, just to get some maybe like lower end stuff out that's a bit more reachable for people. But if I was massively into drum machines, which I'm not, I tend to mostly use sampled drums, and I do have the LM drumming things there. But even at that, I still have the tendency to go back to using like software side of things for my drums. It's just the way I compose. But for anyone that's into drum machines, that thing is an absolute beast. It really is. It's a cracker.
Yeah, I knew Carl would get one. I knew it. Talking of Carl, I'll stick around, Carl. I'll mention you a little bit later on, but yeah. I think the resounding sentiment here on the show,
thumbs up from me anyway,
is a thumbs up.
And
looking, I can't wait to actually play with one. So I wonder if Roland will come to Super Booth this year now that they've got this thing.
They might do.
That would be cool, because they haven't been there for a while. So
they haven't.
But definitely want to get my hands on one of these. I'd love to have the money to buy one.
So much attention to detail. I'm just looking at the back panel. It's ridiculous how much there isn't an option. There's no options on this. It's what it is, the whole thing. And I just love that. That's Roland, when they do it right. God, they do it right.
I know people have been sort of complaining about the size of the screen, but that's kind of an average size for something of this dimensions. And don't forget, like, it's almost not necessarily knob per function, but you've got all the controls there.
Yeah.
You know, for all the big stuff, it's there. So I don't necessarily agree with this. The small screen being, not good enough, and that more feature looks and sounds quite a cool thing to have.
There's loads of without a screen.
Yeah, there's lots of videos out there. Go and watch them. Watch Lou Pop's one for an in-depth kind of analysis. Watch Alex's one for something with a bit of heart and soul to it. And then there's lots of others out there.
Even the Andertons one was good.
Yeah, yes, absolutely, yeah. That was very good. And Nick's Sonic State, that was a good one as well. So it's great to see, and I'm sure it will do incredibly well. I tell you, the buzz in the Gear News office when we got wind of this was incredible. We were all going, "Oh God, who's going to try and get one for review?" Guess how many of us got one for review? One, and that was the guy in Japan, who's very very in with the Roland crowd. So Adam, but yeah, he's had one for a while, and he's bowled over by it. It's amazing. So yeah, good luck to them. Well done. That's the Roland TR-1000 out now. Something else that dropped the following day was something kind of similar-ish in the ballpark, shall we say. And actually, this took me a bit by surprise in terms of what it can do. This is brand new from Akai. There you go. Akai, or as the Americans say, Akai. I think the Japanese say Akai as well. I don't know, but we Brits always say Akai.
Well, anyway, Scotland, we say Akai.
Akai. There's a meme there somewhere, surely. Barbara in the chat, you are the queen of memes. There you go. You can do an Akai MPC.
Akai.
Anyway, MPC Live 3 looks and sounds amazing. The pads, the E pads, or the MPC E pads.
They've improved those.
Whoa, that was the thing. I was like, four corners, and you can swipe between the touch sensitive, the pressure sensitive.
They're like little sort of quarter corner MPE pads. It's bizarre what they've done with it. It's very clever.
Well, the thing is, if you look at things like Ableton Push 3, and there's a bunch of there's launch pads and stuff. They've got these big 64, 8x8 grids, and they're amazing. They're brilliant. The Push 3 is a fantastic thing, and you can move your hands over that thing. Somebody at Akai must have said, we need something like that, because we are in the world of MPE now. We need to have something like that, but we mustn't get away from the 4x4. Okay, so the 4x4, that's the Akai trademark. Yeah. How do we do that? And some bright spark, I think, somewhere said, why don't we make each pad essentially 4 pads?
4.
And it's very clever. It's very clever. They've put their most powerful processor ever into an MPC, into that, and with all of that stuff going on, it's hardly surprising. It is a rather incredible looking thing as well. It's very colourful. Let's bring this up on screen. Here we go. And it's got a wrist rest. Has there been a wrist rest on on an MPC cool, since the 60?
Yeah. What does that tell us about the user base?
I know, right?
RSI.
You got it, Scott.
But
we need to be careful with our RSI.
Yeah, I just think Akai went off the boil with the MPCs for a number of years, and Machina jumped in and kind of took over.
Oh, they're back now, though.
And they are so back, and this is a big
one, I think.
Yeah, this is a big thing for them, and I can see it being an absolute rip-roaring success.
It's just a shame they haven't stuck to the original colours, though. Come on,
bring
back the beige. That's what I want to see.
Didn't they do a limited edition one recently?
They do every now and again.
Yeah, so
it should be
that's
standard,
probably up their sleeve, isn't it?
See, I got this recently, and I love it. This is just. I'm going to use this for my live set, and it's just. But I want those buttons, though. That's not fair.
Well, this is it. It's progress. Sell it now. Didn't they update the software for the
I'm hoping
MPC3?
so.
Yeah. There's like a general software for everything else. Yeah.
What is the price of this, Rob? Do you know?
$13.99.
Oh, there you go.
$13.99. That's pretty
good,
isn't
it?
Pretty good.
250 gigs voices.
Oh, apparently it's a speaker, not a wrist rest. Oh well, you get vibrations.
Sorry, Biscuit. Yeah,
speaker.
Okay. Oops, hello.
Yeah.
Oh.
Four-dimensional MPE expressive wrist wriggling detection. That would be nice. Yeah.
Sorry, Steve Elbows.
Yeah, I can see now. I can see it's a grill, and I can see in the middle it's a microphone. I got it. Okay. It looked like a wrist. I got a little bit excited.
I think it should be a wrist rest because
it should be.
You're going to be playing it that way that you.
Roger Lynn made the original with a wrist rest.
He did.
Okay. So if he's put it in there, it's got to be there. I never, and I say this every time we talk about MPC, I never got into the paradigm. It never clicked with me. Although I had to work on the 1000, the 500, and the 5000. That was only ever just putting sample libraries together. But I had those bits of gear here, and I've only got one left, and that's the 500 because that's the cute little battery operated one. But I could never get my head around, but it's one of those things you see someone who knows their way around one of these. It's incredible. It's remarkable.
Workflow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's remarkable. What do you reckon, Scotty? I mean, this or the TR-1000 or neither?
I think if I was going to go for any, I would probably be looking at the Akai myself.
Yeah.
And that is purely because of the way it's not because it's better. It's purely just because of the way I do my music. Yeah. I quite often use my Push 2 as that kind of pad for drums but just playing samples rather than the analog side of things. So that would really appeal for me for that side of things. Musical content and things on it, like samples that way, I'd probably not use it so much for that. I would have to have a good think if I was going to buy it, what I would actually be using it for, and would it actually get the full decent use by me, or am I better just sticking with what I've got? But it's undoubtedly cool. It's very, very cool. And I love the pads. That's a great idea. It'd take a bit of getting used to it because you'll probably keep hitting them in the wrong place. But once you've got used to it.
Yeah. I noticed the young girl in there, I forget her name now. She's had a #1 single. She's got these amazingly manicured nails. I'm thinking, I can just see you gouging the rubber out with those.
I was thinking that when she was playing it. I hope they've made them nail proof.
Yeah, crazy stuff. But it's a very cool thing. Andrew, I guess this isn't necessarily up your street, but
no, you're wrong. I'm with Scotty on this. I would choose this over the TR-1000, believe it or not, and I think for the same kind of reason, it fits my kind of workflow. And I was involved in the original MPC 60. This is just such a huge distance away from that. For a live set, the fact that it's got 2 lots of MIDI outputs ready to go straight away, I mean, this is they have done a really good thing with this. And it recharges. You can recharge it so that you've got 4 hours of battery power on it,
which is not bad.
That's pretty good. I like it a lot. I love the pads. This is what I would buy.
Do you remember not that long ago, Roger Lynn, that Akai sent Roger Lynn one of the most recent MPCs just to get his opinion, and he made a video, and he was quite complimentary about what they'd done with it. He said it might not necessarily be what I would do with it, but he's obviously a big fan of the instrument because he made it. Yeah. But I just wonder, that whole pad thing, I wonder if he had anything to input on that, because that was an interesting concept. The instrument is an interesting concept. Yeah. I just wondered whether he had some sort of input into that. Anyway, who haven't we? Peter, did we speak to you about this?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
No,
Jason. Yes, Jason's buggered off now. So
yeah, go on.
Yeah, he does. As Matt says, Jason needs to put 50p in the electric. But yeah, it's a very cool thing. I'd like to have a go on this, because it is one of those things you need to experience those pads.
Yeah, definitely
for yourself, hands on. So we shan't ask Jason unless. Oh no, hang on, he's back. There he is, Jason. What do you think of the MPC Live 3?
It's the king of the little box, isn't it?
Yeah,
and I love my little boxes. So I did try and get hold of an MPC one when that launched back in. Oh gosh, that's about 6 years ago now, isn't it? It's 5 years ago, 2020. I was impressed. Again, impressed with the ability to. I harking back to working in the music shop, the MPC 2000, I had no problem selling those.
Yeah.
Even to people like Jack from Reef, who wanted it as the most, the best sounding drum machine he could get. So we loaded it with real drum samples. But this is it's a workflow, and the fact that you've got that expressive nature of those pads, the big pads, and I love big pads. I can't lie.
Yes, no, it is. Yeah, the MPC is kind of, a lot of people pigeonhole it as a tool of certain musical genres. But as you just said, the guy from Reef had one. I know Mark King was, and still is, a big MPC user in his studio. I remember tales of Steve Howell giving phone support to Mark King because he couldn't get his MPC to do something. So lots of people have them. I wish I could get my head around it. If I spent some time with it, I'm sure I would. But
yeah, I mean, you've got that massive screen now, and you've got the ability to plug it into a computer to get even bigger screen. Exactly. So ultimately, I don't think you'd struggle like you used to with the older ones, which had a very.
I just remember watching
just 2 rows,
some people that I knew that were really just like expert users on. I think it was a 3000. And it wasn't a massive screen, and they sampled something into it, and then their hands would just like blur as they're zipping through and slicing it and finding the 0 points, and then keep repeating the samples and doing a lot of it by ear, but some of it by. And it was just incredible to watch, and of course the end result was incredible. Hats off to them, but I was just like, sorry, I can't get my head around that.
But do you think that's something that we used to do more than we don't do now, because we have so many options for X, Y, and Z? Have I frozen again?
You have. But carry on with me.
Can you, That. Oh no, I'm gone. I must.
No, you're still here.
Good. Okay. The working. So a machine inside out, and not putting it down because something else has caught your fancy.
Yeah.
And there is, we're tantalized every week, sometimes, and this week is tantamount, definitely testament to that. Tantamount.
Absolutely.
But so I think those people who have learned their instrument, like these masters of the MPC, can do just that, because that's all they do. They don't get sidetracked. Again, it's like the Electron users. They do it all the time, and that is the workflow that works for them. And I guess it's finding that instrument that provides you with the best, most suitable workflow for you and your creations.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. This is an instrument. It's a proper instrument.
Oh yeah,
you can perform with it, and that's I love it because of that. It really is. This is a great thing they've done with this.
Yeah,
those pads.
Yeah, it's very clever. Very clever. Oh, Jason's gone. There's the electric's gone. Cool. Okay, well, that's good because we got to the end of that bit there. So that's the Akai MPC Live 3. Click on the thing just over there. That'll take you to the page. And there you go. So that's that. And he's back.
Back.
So let's move on to... we've been bereft of hardware. What's the time? Okay, let's do this. So last week, we told everyone that there was a brand new synthesizer that had just been released. It was incredibly cheap and incredibly powerful. And I think we can take some credit in helping the company sell out within hours of launch, which was staggering. It's absolutely staggering. But then what was also staggering was the device itself and the price and the power of it. Let's have a quick look at the promotional video. Now, it said limited edition. They weren't kidding. They weren't kidding.
There weren't any left on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know what constituted limited edition, how many numbers were involved, but they sold out of everything, and a lot of people got a bit upset about it. And it's understandable because it was an absolute bargain, €299 for a 10-voice polyphonic bit masking synthesizer with loads of effects in a tiny little desktop case, which was, it just looked cool and it sounds amazing. If you want this, so I've been speaking to Stefan the whole week about this, and even he was completely surprised. I think his words were, "I've never known anyone or never known people to buy a synthesizer like they're buying slices of pizza." It was just like boom, 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 sales coming in left, right, and centre. So he has said, and he said on his website, if you want to keep abreast of what else we're doing, then please sign up to the Kodamo newsletter, which, of course, our little thing now is now pointing to the Kodamo newsletter. If you sign up for that, you will be the first to know, and there it is. There's the link in the chat as well. Yeah, I'm stuttering a bit there. I don't know why that was. Anyway, back in the room. So sign up to the newsletter. You will get the very first bits of news. Now, I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I get the impression that Stefan was so blown away by this, that this is an excellent opportunity to make some more and make some more money. So I think that might be how he goes, but it won't be exactly the same thing. So whereas this one was a limited edition with the kind of the gold patterns on the front, maybe he'll come up with a slightly different design. But he'd be crazy not to cash in on the interest.
Because I'll be in for one. I was just too late.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was bonkers. I mean, so many of us bought it on the show. There was even people that turned up on the stand at Bristronica that said, "Oh yeah, I bought one after I watched the show." So I'd love to do a straw poll of hands up in the air who bought one in the chat anyway. Who bought one of those and because of watching it on the show. If you want to see what it looks like, well, let's show you. Here it is. This is the Kodamo Mask1 EX. It is this lovely thing. It's an open build, so you have a base and a top, and then there's the circuit boards underneath with room for air to move around on the outsides here, so you can stick your fingers in. But there's no electronics that you can hurt yourself with. And it is essentially the Mask1 keyboard, which if I go to this shot, you can see just there. So it's one of those, and it's just been slightly reduced in polyphony by 2 voices. So instead of being 12, it's 10. The oversampling has been taken down from 16 times oversampling to 8 times. And to be honest, I've tried them both side by side. I'm not hearing a huge difference, if any, at all. And it does sound, and I've been a big fan of this from day one, it sounds utterly amazing. You've got lots of digital effects in there. The whole bit masking synthesis, once you've kind of understood what's going on with that, it's very clever. And here's a thing. I had a phone call with a good friend of the show, Mr. Ty Unwin. And I remember when the Mask1 came out, he was on the phone to me saying, "Come on, tell us all about it. What can it do?" Told him, showed him some videos, and he came back and said, "Do you know, I'm not entirely sure that it's doing anything that I can't do elsewhere or whatever." And he was a bit, hesitant to put his hand in his pocket, which of course is quite unlike the gentleman. He bought one last Friday whilst he was watching the show, and it got delivered yesterday, like a lot of us had ours delivered. And he phoned me up this morning, and I'm paraphrasing here for my benefit, but he basically said, "You know, Rob, you were completely right, and I was completely wrong. This thing is amazing." He said, and I'm sure he won't mind me telling everyone, he's now seriously considering buying the keyboard version to have that there. It's a brilliant thing. And I suppose you want to hear what it sounds like, so I thought I would do a little thing. Let's see if I can mess this up live on air. I need to just pull my keyboard out. But this is... So I'm a great believer in presets. Oops, we've gone a bit squiffy there. I'm a great believer in presets. I love preset number 1, which when you turn on, you see it says poo on the screen there. It's program 00. But anyway, hopefully you can hear this. Let's just start off here.
Can hear that
what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of... I came up with this little riff that demonstrates one of the quite unique features of this slurring of notes that you can have on or off, but it really does add to the expression of the instrument. And there you go. That's a little demonstration of the very first patch on the instrument, which is called Mega Mask. Thank you.
You sent Tom to sleep with that lovely sound, though. Look at that. It's like a baby.
Bless. No, it's just such a brilliant instrument. And yeah, I wish I could say, go out and buy one now, but you can't.
You can't.
No.
Unfortunately. Andrew, I know you've got one as well. Your first impressions?
I like it a lot. I've lusted after this for a long time. I couldn't bring myself to spend the 1,800 quid or whatever for the keyboard. 300 quid, I just ordered it. It came in yesterday, and I just keep finding myself drawn to it. I leave the room to go and do something else, and then I'm back in here 5 minutes later, just playing around with it. It's sitting over here, as you can see. Mm-hmm. It's a lovely thing. It's a really... the whole slurring thing, that thing which it does is really unique, and it does make it feel incredibly organic and tactile.
What's the slurring done with? Is that with Aftertouch?
No. So it's well, I say it's a really clever thing. Yeah. It's when you play a note. So I'll play a C. If you just hold that key down and play any note that's 2 semitones either side.
Oh, okay. It just automatically slides up to that note.
Yeah. But you've got all these different modes. So there's this slurring mode, there's this poly legato mode, there's a mono legato mode. There's lots of different. So instead of being like a poly aftertouch keyboard, which we're seeing a lot more of, what Stefan has done is say, well, let's just play around with how you play the notes actually on the keyboard rather than just digging down into the thing, and so you get these. But if I go beyond the 2 semitones, it just sounds the note. And also there's this thing where depending on how the velocity that you play a certain note, other notes will play slightly differently based on it's lovely. It's kind of a really natural thing.
The other thing which is really cool about the slurring, that the polyphonic slurring means that you can do chordal stuff like you would do with a string arrangement or whatever, and as long as the notes you're changing between are within 2 semitones, then you get that true legato sort of feel. So it ends up sounding really straight. It's just a beautiful thing to play. Beautiful, really clever.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
Very cool.
You just pulled a slurring face there, Robbie. You pulled the.
I know. You just got to do it.
It's a lovely thing.
Yeah. So if you want one of these, right here, you can't buy one at the moment, but we don't know. Things will change. But sign up to that newsletter, and you'll be the first or one of the first to know about it. Of course, if you are desperately wanting this and the sound, then you can still buy the keyboard version, which is 1,700 and something. Or 1,699 ex taxes. So it's still available. It's still out there, but obviously in its keyboard fashion. I mean, I did a little A/B. Let me just. I've got the same.
I've got to admit, I'm a little bit jealous that I missed out on that last week.
Don't you have one, Scott? Don't you have one?
No. So I'm now. Me and Peter are now in the cast-out shed like Kent was last week.
Definitely. And me.
Oh, you as well. Jason, you didn't get one either, did you?
What a shame.
Never mind, Scott. We'll get the Mark II with more stuff on it.
Yeah. Well, we'll get the extra special edition.
As I think Ian and I were saying at the show, now that they don't make them anymore and they're limited, the value is going to go through the roof. I think Ian said earlier in the chat he'll sell you his for 1,000.
Swap mine for a TR-1000.
Knowing my luck with selling things, though, I'd probably sell it at a loss if I did. So I'm just going to hold on to it.
I'll buy yours then, Andrew.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Quid.
I'll do.
Check out Kodamo's website. Kodamo. Let's get the website. Here it goes. Let's put it on the screen. There it is. So it's Kodamo.org. So that's the Mask1 EX page, but of course it has now sold out. But you can still buy the original Mask1 keyboard, which is there, and it is a lovely keyboard. Oh, that's sold out as well. No, but I know Thomann have got stocks of those. So yeah. It's not cheap, but it's a lovely, well-built thing. It's solid. It's metallic, or it's metal. It's a Fatah keyboard. It's a very clever instrument. So,
what did you say that was? 12 voice. That one was it?
That's 12 voice.
Yeah.
And
it's not a lot cut down, is it? The small one.
No. Really, there's only 3 things that have been cut down. There's the 2 voices from the polyphony. The oversampling is down from 16 to 8, and the amount of patch storage slots has been reduced, and that's that. Everything else is identical.
And the EX also has air conditioning.
Yes, yeah.
Air conditioning.
With the airflow going through.
That's it. I know a few people. I know Stefan was asked on was it forum or Facebook somewhere that had he got any plans to build a case for it, and he said no. But if somebody was clever enough to come up with something, I mean, if I'd
like one to print it.
Excuse the pop. There we go. If I unplug this and show you, there go my audio cables. So that's what it looks like from the back.
I like that.
And then from the side,
like that,
yeah,
I like it. See you through there. If it's as gorgeous as it sounds, and it can cost 300 quid because it looks like that,
and it's really light as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but you've got these metal posts. You've got these posts. And you could potentially clip something onto there. So I'm sure there's somebody clever enough out there to come up with
3D printed
something.
Shell, rubber bung sort of like wraparound That'd be quite nice.
Yeah, like a big mobile phone case.
That sounds a bit like
sort of what
David Bowie and Bing Crosby, wasn't it?
Case.
Yeah.
My rubber bum bum. Spong.
Explain yourself.
Yes.
All
right, where's the note for teacher?
All right. Quick review just to catch up.
Very quick.
Right. Okay. TR-1000. People need to stop bitching about it like it just recently bombed a children's hospital. 2.
That's actually happening.
What was the next thing in the list?
MPC Live 3.
Novation Launchpad, anybody? Much cheaper. Enjoy. Move on. Next.
Kodamo Mask1 EX.
And you caught up then?
Wished you'd bought one.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish my bank account didn't look like a 90-year-old. No, never mind.
Okay,
what else was there?
That was it?
Was that it?
You caught up?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Now,
we're up to date.
Your excuse.
My excuse?
Yeah.
Okay. Pardon me.
Pardoned?
There you go. Thank you. Moving on.
No excuse then.
See me after school.
Divulged information.
See me after school.
I'd be
bad.
I'd be so bad.
Big thank you to there it is. Big thank you to, I believe that's John Simpson.
That is, yes.
It is. He's thank you for your donation. He says for Scott so he can bid for mine. There you go. John
and I've
Simpson,
now replied saying, and I thought we were friends.
I know, right? Dear,
Fight. It was actually John that pointed out to me. He says, "Have you got yours yet?" And I went, "No." And he says, "They've just sold out." And I'm thinking, "No, he's on a wind up." And when I went onto the site, I'm like, "No."
Well, fingers crossed. I say it would be a terribly missed opportunity.
It would be
Stefan
absolutely.
Yeah, on that and do some more. So, congratulations, Stefan, for producing something that's.
It's a funny-looking cat.
So well done. And somebody criticised him online, saying terrible business practice, terrible marketing. He sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You snooze, you lose. Anyway, there's more hardware. We've got more synths, more brand new synths. Let's have a look at the new one. Yeah, here we go. He's only gone and done it again.
Yes.
The great George Hearn from UDO or Udo. I don't know. Lots of everyone says it is UDO.
UDO. Udo is a name.
Yeah,
UDO. It's an acronym. It's UDO.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the Domino.
What is it for? Is it unidentified dancing objects or something? Is that right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's not,
and this is the Domino. Or the Domino.
Domino.
He's
I love its
vowel
homage to the SEM. It just looks like it, you know.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. Look at that,
Yeah.
2 SEMs. Literally, it's a 2 voice, isn't it? But it sounds so much more than one of those. It was. I mean, we were incredibly lucky.
We were right next door to it, weren't we?
Next door, but one. Yeah, because we had.
Okay. Yeah.
Funny, his little aside from the Bristol. We'll get onto the bulk of it. We had RME interfaces in between us and UDO.
Yeah.
And they've got a whole box full of loads of brilliant interfaces and a big Mac showing it. And to get the audio into the interfaces, they had some modular. I was having this chat in a.
We've just lost 5 viewers now.
In a quiet moment, I looked over to him and made a little, hey, having a good time? He said, yeah. He said, but everyone's just interested in the modular. They don't care about all of our gear. They just want to play with the modules.
I've known Martin for years. Lovely guy.
Yeah,
So it's his company.
George had this, and of course he had all his other babies on board, but this is the new one. It's the Domino. It's about $2,500. It's not cheap, but most of George's stuff, it's so well made. It's so well designed
to last.
Yes.
The very first time I met George was in 2019 when he had the Super 6, and he wanted to create instruments, and he still does, that will age, that you can see stood up in the corner of a stop with played.
He's the Stradivarius of the synthesizer market,
and have had a life and has life left to give.
Yes,
spit it out, Jason.
Isn't this the first vacuum? Isn't the first vacuum LED that he had to work with the manufacturer?
Yeah.
To get this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he said he managed to find them locally as well. I think it was actually someone locally that was doing it.
Was
in
it
Bristol?
I seen him. Yeah, was it? I don't know if it was Bristol, but it was somewhere. I'm sure he said it was somewhere in the UK. I'm sure I seen someone interviewing him on the
Look at it.
Machina Bristronica, and he mentioned that. But it's
so.
I love it, and I love that screen. That totally takes me back to like.
Exactly.
Graphic EQs on hi-fis in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. It's like the SQ80 had the same style.
That's right, yeah.
So it's really vibrant and beautiful when everyone was using LCD. So it is something special. What I like about this, and I know the demo didn't really showcase it at all, because UDO are renowned for building amazing instruments that have a sort of silky texture to the sound.
Yeah.
And really beautiful, expansive, delicious, cinematic. This is the dirty little of them all. So I'm surprised he didn't really dig in on that. So it's the analog filter. It's designed to be a little bit, a bit of a ruffian, So I'm looking forward to seeing demos that showcase that side of it,
Yeah, absolutely. And I like the way that, George takes inspiration from the past, but makes something completely original from that. Because clearly, his previous stuff you can compare to, Jupiter's and the like. This one obviously has been inspired by the SEMs and all of Oberheim's stuff, and it's done with total respect and without actually being a rip-off. It's not a rip-off. It's an homage, if anything.
In the same way that Tom Carpenter does.
Just look at that panel.
Yeah,
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't need to switch it on. Just look at it.
I know, yeah. It is he does make works of art, for sure. It's an 8-voice, 2-part multi-timbral powerhouse, he says, with a highly flexible and dynamic signal architecture, 2 independent 4-voice analog hybrid synths, each equipped with their new dynamic multi-core stereo VCF. With its 8 creative play modes, Domino unlocks dynamic interactions between the 2 timbres at the touch of a single control. It was the busiest stand at all of Bristronica, and rightly so. It's
was it?
Beautiful thing. Yeah,
that's fantastic to hear.
Yeah.
Did you see in various chats online, some people were saying, well, it's just another one of his things. It's just another skew of what he's already done. There's nothing different about it. And I sort of jumped in and went, "What, are you mad? Are you mad? This looks beautiful."
Yeah.
And he does.
Also,
he does.
Look at this.
He does family.
Brochure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't it a homage to his original synthesizer that he built?
Yes, the first one.
Yeah.
So actually, that's the most important way. I mean, I interviewed him a little while ago, and I will put that interview out at some point. But it's really, his background is just incredible. What a phenomenal engineer, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of our finest.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does families of instruments, and the Super 6 was always the beginning of a family of synthesizers. So you have the Gemini after that, and different variants of each. Now, obviously, this is starting a new family, right? So you've got another family. So that undoubtedly there will be more to follow. I'm excited to see where this one goes specifically. Yeah.
It's a very nice thing. Very nice. And
the thing is, even in the dark grey that he does looks nice as well. They both look really, really nice.
Yes. Yeah.
The colour schemes that he's picked are just like, wow. And I know that's all that is cosmetic, but it does make a difference when you look at a synth. It's like, wow. That, yeah.
You can navigate your way around this with your eyes, can't you? Yeah.
And that's all of George's synths have done that. Even though, I know people saying, at last he's got a screen. You still don't necessarily need the screen.
No.
The screen I found with the Super 6 is, if you do a lot of modulations, you do start to kind of lose your way. You can't kind of remember. You've got to try and remember what you've done with what, because there's no real anything to give you some. Like if you just want to go and change one thing, you're thinking, shit, what did I do now? And that was where the screen was amiss. Even if there was like LEDs around the pots or something like that, just something to sort of give you a bit of a clue what was getting sent where. But the screen with that side of things will definitely help, because it was, and you can imagine for someone that is just trying like to do sound design or programming sounds for the first time, they would get lost so easily because they have no idea what they've sent where. And so the screen does definitely help. It really does.
I love the double reference to both to the two voice, the SEMs, and to the Matrix with the vacuum tube. Everyone said they'll never make another vacuum tube again. Lots of people have said that, and this is both reference. He's done a great job.
Oh, it's very cool.
Brilliant.
And I ache for that. I actually do. I quite ache to own one of these, but it's a lovely thing.
It is indeed. That's UDO's brand new synthesizer, the Domino, which premiered at Bristronica at the weekend, and will obviously sell bucket loads.
Yeah, I think for anyone interested, because I have queried about this one, and they're thinking sort of first quarter of next year they'll start to ship, sort of early next year, first quarter, something like that.
Good stuff. Any thoughts on this one, Mr. Spong, before we move on?
It's another nail in my coffin, isn't it, really? So, okay. So we don't have to work on the Oberheim stems anymore. Cool. All right, brilliant. Thank you.
Well, no, it's not over.
I know. Couldn't have done it better. Couldn't have done it better.
Yeah.
Everything, the thought that goes into everything with it is just it's just delicious, and it's kind of got like a bit of a OB, like a Matrix 12 kind of vibe on the over that side, and then the same that side and everything like that.
Yeah.
And, I think it's. Do we have a rough area of pricing on this?
About 2.5, I think, is the estimated price.
Yeah.
For an 8-voice, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad. Cool stuff. Let's go and review some of these amazingly generous people. I got to meet the panda. Finally.
And survived.
And survived. Yeah. What a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah.
Isn't he just?
And yes, absolutely. So thank you very much for your donation. I think he's rounding up numbers from other people here, so I'm sure it'll all make sense. But great to meet you in person, great to see you, and thank you for the donation. Mr. Brooks, bollocks to round numbers, £5.53, thank you very much. But he's done that once and then again here, I think. Is that
he did it twice.
He did it twice.
Press the button. He just landed
£11 and 6p.
Again.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you very much, Andrew, and thank you, Scott. I mean, honestly, you don't have to pay to be on the show. Much unlike Kent, who didn't pay the ransom, which is why still don't know why he wasn't here on time. It's shocking. Anyway, thank you.
It's mailed to you. I don't know
everyone that has donated. Thank you so much. It all really does help keep us on the air, so it's all your fault. You keep paying, we'll keep turning up every Friday to ruin the start of your weekends. Anyway,
Dr. Synth said you should pay to be off the show.
Absolutely, yeah. Indeed.
No, that's twice as much.
There was more hardware synthesizers, more proper keyboard hardware synthesizers at Bristronica.
Stop saying Modular's not proper.
I didn't say that. I just said these
you
were
alluded to it.
He meant it, though.
What happened to the customs office go on strike or something? They've now gone back to work.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no video for this, so we can't sort of show you what it sounds like. What I would suggest is go and watch Sonic State's video. Matt Hodson did a little video of this. If only to understand and appreciate the size of the new synth from Modor, which is the NF1K. So we did cover the NF1 way back when it first came out. What they've basically done is taken 2 of those and chucked it into a 49-note keyboard version. It's flipping huge. I mean, you can pretty much get an idea.
Really as wide as your DX1, isn't it?
It's massive, but it sounds amazing. It really is. It's a very powerful...
Trouble reading those knobs at the back with my little arms.
I know, it's 16 voice polyphonic, which is now bitimbral. So you can split it, layer it, do some amazing things with it. There's a new programmable and MIDI syncable arpeggiator in there as well. There's also a chord mode and a whole mode, and now a unison mode with detuning and stereo spread. So it's a proper full-on 16 voice analog poly synthesizer for £2,950. I briefly heard this on one of my little wanders around, and it sounded stunning. And I remember what the original module sounded like. It was fantastic. So this it really is, and it's a beauty. It's kind of like the simplicity of the design. Looks like somebody has crafted this very lovingly in a garden shed at the bottom of an English garden. It has that kind of feel to it. It's very simple, clean. The strips, even the picture modulation strips and the keyboard strip, just there's no fanciness going on. This is just very utilitarian and lovely. Jason, you were there. Did you get to play on this one? You didn't see it.
No, I shockingly enough, I played with the form. I played a little bit. Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't even play with that.
Did you not? Jeez.
No.
What were you doing? You were just
talking to people.
Yeah, they were down the end this time, weren't they?
Yes, they were right down the bottom.
That's and filming. I did guerrilla style live stream, like you joked about the outside broadcast. I just did it.
Yeah.
I thought that would be like a seat your pants kind of thing, but actually it worked, and I liked that I did it because the day one was more keyboard and that kind of interesting things in that world, and then day two was more modular. Even though I finished day one with a case.
Oh yes,
that is stunning, eh?
This is a cabinet maker who's wandered into the world, and it's not expensive. But it's beautiful, and it's really considered. This is modular perfection. You fit under there a Keystep Pro, and then your modules go in there. So actually, it's really neat.
Yeah.
Without power for the cabinet and obviously the rails, I mean, you're looking at £395, I think they are.
Wow.
Which is not a lot of money for this.
That's not a lot
crafted case. Yeah. I know. I showed it off on Wednesday, and Jamie Morden was like, "What? Who? How do you get? It's like." They're amazing, and obviously you've got to put power in it, but you don't have to use the power I've got there, which he does ship. But that's more or less the same price as the case. But modular kind of power's got to be clean.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the Mordor. Sorry, I called it the Mordor, like Lord of the Rings.
I don't know. How do you pronounce it? Is it Modor? I don't know.
It is Modor, but we're watching The Hobbit, so I'm in Mordor most nights these days. Mordor.
Would you want one of these to do patches on, Scott?
The Modor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Murder. You sound a bit like Taggart there. There's been a murder.
Yeah, there's been a murder. Yeah, I would have one in a minute.
The ring.
The only thing synth-wise that would kind of annoy me is the lack of a tactile pitch wheel.
Okay.
Like that. For doing any kind of soloing and things on it, like the ribbons are great, but they aren't the same as like either a wheel or a.
Did you call them the Robins? The Robins?
Robins? The ribbons.
Oh, the ribbons!
Yeah, the ribbons are they're okay, but they're not the same as a tactile wheel /
Yeah.
Whammy bar.
I kind of agree with you that there was what was it? It was I'll tell you what it was. It was the Akai Multimedia Uno Synth Pro, and that's got
Synth Pro.
It's got capacitive or whatever pitch bend. And the thing I found with that, and there was something else, I can't remember what it was, that every time you put your finger in the middle, you were activating the pitch bend ever so slightly. So the area, the kind of the dead area in the middle was too small, even for my little dainty fingers. And so it was a pain in the backside. Arturia have got it bang on with their key steps and their mini freaks and stuff that have that. So it can be done. I didn't get to try this, but it can be done. If you put your finger in the middle, it does nothing until you start moving up and down.
George does a ribbon as well, doesn't he? UDO have made that really great big.
The big ribbon. I understand that. Yeah, the big ribbon is great because it's a very similar thing to what you've got in the Polybrute 12 or in the Hydra Synth as well. They've got that for a sort of additional feature, but for the actual pitch and mod wheels, I prefer something more tactile. But that's just me. Hey, that's maybe just old school me. Being me.
Do you prefer the vertical?
Cressy kind of said it there. He says ribbon pitch is like doing pitch on a mobile phone screen. It kind of is.
I agree with that. Do you prefer vertical pitch, or do you like the horizontal Roland?
I like the old style Roland. They are the most. And I'll tell you, actually, the best one that I had that I no longer have, but for pitch wheel wise, was Nord. With that little spring with a bit of wood on it.
Dome as well.
Brilliant. For anything sort of solo-wise, it just felt so natural.
What about the OB1? That had a weird thing, didn't it? It almost looked like a pinball machine. Yeah.
Oh, so it did, yeah. I've never played one of them.
Did you notice on Alex Ball's TR-1000 video that he had two OB1s? So, opposite sides of the TR, he was just like laying on his floor, like you do, with two OB1s and a TR-1000. So we're running a little bit over here, so I'm going to kind of move on swiftly here. But the Modor NF1K is available now for 2,950 of your euros. So that's probably about 2.7 UK. So we did Bristronica. Hello, Jackson. We did Bristronica, and here's some proof that we did actually do some stuff there. Here's our stand. This is the stand that we had. In retrospect, should have used the black cable ties on the sign, but we used the big thick white ones
and clip the ends. Come on.
Well, no, you say that.
We will bring scissors next time.
We will bring scissors next time because we didn't this time, which was silly. But thankfully, Peter managed to get us off over the tubes. Yeah,
I wouldn't have noticed then if you hadn't said anything.
No, well, it was the first thing I noticed when I saw this picture. Oh God! Anyway, never mind. We'll do better next time. So what we did was
your donations
90s Yamaha. So we had CS1X, CS6X. AM1X, RM1X, RS7000, SY22, and FS1R in the rack as well. And on top of the rack, the little star of the show was the Bad Dog Designs Osprey 8, which got a lot of attention. Paul came down, the inventor, Paul Parry, came and joined us on the stand for a few hours. It was great to finally meet him in person because we've been speaking via emails and messengers and stuff. So it was great to see him in person. And it was a really great location. We were visited by lots of lovely people. So here's the wonderful Sue and Matt. Matt, he's there in the blue t-shirt as Bostich 247, and of course Keith in Watford in not a lot of orange this time.
It's like a lumberjack there, isn't it?
Little hints of it. It's a very subtle thing going on. But Sue is always lovely because she brings us coffee and cake. What was it? It was chocolate brownies. It was
that's right.
Lush. They were very, very nice. So thank you.
Peter was wearing overalls then.
Almost.
I thought for some reason, I don't know what it is, the grey in the trousers. I thought it was a set of overalls. Actually, that might be for next time.
There's a merch item.
Overalls. Red overalls. I'd buy those.
So so there we were in Bristol for 2 whole days. We got to hang out with Dina.
We helped Dina out as well, didn't we?
Great to meet
absolutely.
Dina. Absolutely lovely.
Peter brought some keyboards down for them to have on their stand.
Stuff. Yeah.
They did their raffle, which a local guy won, which was
brilliant,
really nice, and he was over the moon.
He was so angry I didn't buy a ticket.
I know. I bought one, didn't we?
The Moog Mini Model D winner was announced today as well. It was somebody a woman from Ohio that won that one today. So well done to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the outside,
what a win.
And of course, all the money raised in that goes to help those two wonderful foundations carry on their amazing work.
To keep going.
So Andrew Ward was there with Dina, along with the fantastic Ali Cassidy. I forgot to upload. I'll try upload my picture with me and Ali. Great to again meet Ali in person. So many years we've spoken. She was wonderful. And we all went out for dinner on the Saturday night to a lovely little Italian restaurant.
We did,
it was a very nice meal, and then we did it all again on Sunday. And then packed up and went home and got home at silly o'clock. And very tiring, but a great experience. What was your favourite bit, Peter? Aside from our wonderful stand, of course, which you helped very much with and sorted out for us.
Well, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it this time because you brought most of the stuff. And
next year it's your turn.
Yeah, I know, that's fine. We'll do the Roland one next year. But in the 90s, I was still using my DX stuff when it comes to Yamaha, so I sort of missed out on all that, and I was really impressed. So that was good. But my highlight of the show was the normal thing, the people and all the rest of it. But we'll talk about it later. But what Paul had with PWM with the Oscar Rebirth, so that was across the way. But no, it's fourth time I've been now, because they started in the Marble Factory. And they've had 3 now in Document.
In that location.
It's just fantastic now, and it really is improving every year. It really is. It's not up there with Super Booth, of course it's not, but it's the country's biggest show.
It's our finest show,
it is.
And for big manufacturers to either launch products like UDO and PWM, for also our first look at the sequential form was there. Do you know what I mean? No one else. I mean, it's been out a week, right? And if you
get hands on,
that over there,
globally,
this would be the first chance to.
So
Arturia were there in their own right this time round.
They were,
and not
rather than being
of,
part of Source.
So, but then Tom has gone from Source to Arturia, so there's a link. Confusing. There's still a link there, but it's great. Yeah, they had everything there as well. So it is. My impression of last year was that, oh my god, this is really very a modular show, and as we all well know, it's not that I don't like modular. But I don't like it's not my thing.
He doesn't get modular.
A lot of it goes like this. But this time there was a really nice mixture of stuff. It's still very much a modular thing. That's the big thing.
You're not going to get away with that.
Yeah.
But
there was lots of other
need
stuff.
that. In all seriousness,
absolutely.
We need to,
and I've got to put a big shout out. I've got to put a big shout out for Marco and James for putting us where they did. We had such brilliant
guys from Elevator. We
had all the traffic this time, didn't we?
Yeah, and we are just it's a community organisation. We're not there to sell anything apart from our faces on your screen for 2 hours. But we're not here to sell anything. And in fact, we had lots of people come up to us and say, "So what do you sell then?" Nothing.
Yeah, you sell it.
Just scan the code. Just scan. Yeah, a good time. Yeah, scan the code and come and join us. And so, if you are watching tonight because you saw us at the show, brilliant, welcome, and I hope that we weren't a disappointment.
And subscribe. We're close to 5K.
I know we are so close to 5,000, which is nothing really. Jason, of course, you're a regular. You're a local.
Yes, my third.
What were your impressions of Bristol 2025?
Just bigger, better, more juicy, with a lot more. Actually, there's a lot more music, and again, we do this not for the gear. We do it for the music, and the fact that there's now. And I was talking to Gaz literally before the show, and we haven't caught up since then. And I referenced the bloom of Machina because, of course, there was an after-show party at the Neck with Two Swans, which, thanks to Sam, apparently, and Dina has noticed, I have a shrine in that pub now, thanks to Sam's postcards. I don't know if you got one. If you got one, then lucky you. Sam,
I found one in my flight case.
There you go. That's yours then. But yeah, the fact that there's the pre-event at the Cube, which is a really cool, out-of-the-way cinema lecture theatre hall. It's just a cool art venue, and doing the sort of the makers patch off, put your money where your mouth is. You make this stuff, can you play? come on, get on stage. Let's see some music. And people like, Expert Sleepers are a top 5 modular make. They've got a module in the top 5 of all time kind of modules, I think. And he turns up with a saxophone. So Oz is there playing saxophone with a bunch of pedals, and you're thinking, like, great. Paul from PWM obviously turns up with his 2 amazing synths, and what a flipping player. And you put those 2 elements alongside people who are just right in their modules, and they're just really giving it everything, and it just worked so well. There was never a moment where you thought, oh, this is unrehearsed. It just felt organic and amazing. So that kind of starts the week, and then there was an art exhibition on the Friday as well, which it's about art, and the boxes that we look and get excited about are a vehicle, are instruments to help us express ourselves in the music that we make.
Yeah.
Never forget that, guys.
I know one day I want to do it as a, like I do Super Booth. When we go to Super Booth, we're just punters. I'd love to do Bristronica as a punter. Because it's the only one I haven't done. I did Synthfest as a punter for a few years, and then became more involved with that. And Super Booth is just, for me, that's my own little private holiday. But Bristronica, I'd like to actually spend some time and just walk around and do the evening stuff, because for me the evening stuff is great, but I'm just not.
We were not good.
Gaz was trying to get us to go to his
the Rumbelows.
to his gig, the Rumbelows gig,
which is
what was the name of the pub
band
that we went
Neck
in?
with 2 swans.
The Neck with 2 swans. The best thing about that pub. This beautiful creature behind the bar. She, I think it was a she.
It was a she, definitely.
It was, gorgeous. Those eyes are just stunning. It was weird to be in. It was a lovely little pub. There's me and Pete were talking to Gaz. Steve Davis is over there. There's all these other people, and it's a lovely thing. It's just a very nice thing. I also found this photo. There you go. There's Ali, me and Ali, on the art stand. She's amazing. What a brilliant woman she is. So both of you alluded to this thing. This is the Oscar Rebirth. So it looks a little bit bare bones, because it is. So Paul has now acquired the rights to the name, the company, the brand, everything. Yeah. And he is now working with Chris's widow. Is it Maria? I think it's yeah. So he's working with her, and they've managed to source. Chris has still got, there is still an Oscar there, but they didn't want to dismantle that one. So I think they managed to find one on eBay or something and bought that, and have stripped it bare and studied it. This is the kind of the Frankenstein version. It's running on a genuine Z80 processor, but Paul tells us they're going to emulate accurately. So it will be a lot more reliable and less prone to costing you a fortune to replace. But he did give little demos, and it does, squeal like a pig, like the original does. So, Peter, you couldn't resist. I mean, you'd only been in the place 5 minutes, and you'd put.
My name's on the top of the list. Funny enough.
Yeah.
Well, I was lucky enough to borrow one back in the 80s from one of my friends, and he let me have it for some months, and I loved it. He wanted it back, unfortunately. So, and of course, the prices just went up from then on. I think they were about 300 quid when they first came out in sort of 80. Was it 83? And then they went, and then they had MIDI later on, didn't they? Yeah. And it's going to be a collector's piece. I think he's going to be selling for about 2.5.
And he's only making 100. Is that?
He's only going to make 100.
Yeah.
It's got to be done. So I'm hoping he's coming to the show in Dawlish. So he may have a little bit more of a further on down the line prototype. So
that'll be a bit of a coup, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because we'll get that. I mean, he'll probably if he has one, he'll probably bring it to Synth East. But
well, that's the month before. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it would be nice to have that there. He's such an amazing guy.
Oh,
as well.
I love him.
So,
he's brilliant. Yeah.
Such a nice, talented, generous individual. So that was a bit of a highlight as well.
Yeah.
Are you happy that they're making an Oscar remake, Kent?
Another nail in the coffin.
God, he's doom and gloom tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Funny enough, I have an Oscar in the front room as we speak.
Do you really?
Know? You didn't have it in there on Wednesday.
No, I know.
You were hiding that from me, weren't you?
I moved quickly here. So, yeah, I just quickly knocked it up for a laugh. Yeah. No, yeah. They are quite easy to repair. They're horribly built.
Yeah,
really
they were.
horribly built.
Built to a cost.
Built to a cost, of course. Yeah, I mean, the Z80 processors are becoming almost impossible to get hold of now.
Well, if he's going to emulate it, then that's going to be quite a handy chip, isn't it?
Well, it's something that's going to need to be done because I'm surprised nobody else has done it yet, to be honest. Because,
I'm surprised, yeah.
You know, memory modes need them. Oh, God, no, the list is of how many you need the 80s and the 84s. But, yeah, good on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope it does really well for him.
Anyone that carries on Chris's legacy, got to be good in my book. I forgot to mention.
Not a fan of the sound of them, I must admit. I've never been.
Really?
No, I'm not a fan of them. No,
it's a dirty girl.
The first one I played, it was the same experience as like finding a dead
it's a
squirrel
wasp.
in an
Well, that's
box,
it, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
And I didn't like the wasp very much either.
So I also need to give a big shout out to Nick Howes, who came along on Sunday and he spent a lot of time with us.
Nice.
And he gave us a gift.
Good to meet
This is the oldest thing in my house next to my wife.
Oh!
This is 4.6 billion years old. Get that? 4. Just you sit there and you hold this in your hand.
Is that
and you
poop?
Think, wow. No, it's a meteorite. Or it's part of a meteorite.
I've got a yogurt in the fridge older than that.
Very generous of him to do that.
That was when Curly Willies were bigger as well.
Absolutely. So that was a lovely thing.
And he gave Dina something very special, didn't he?
Yes.
Steady.
I'm not saying a word.
Not at the watershed yet.
No, it was
Simon Greatbatch is saying, smoke it.
Well, no, funny you should say that. Nick actually said some people have, in the past, they've ground it down and snorted stuff like that.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's not very good for you.
No,
this is yeah, but they're the sort of people why we have things on the back of suppository saying "Do not take by mouth."
Do not eat.
Isn't it? Snort a meteorite.
Very strange. No, it's this is for me. Shows like this, all of the shows are all about the people. First and foremost, because we all congregate online in various places, and we speak to each other over cameras, and a lot of communication is with people we only ever see in the chat. But luckily, 3 or 4 times a year, maybe we can all get out, go to a place and be with people physically, hug them, shake their hands, stick fingers up at them, whatever. You can do that in person, and that's a lovely thing. And it's something we as a society have probably lost a lot of, and, thankfully our community is very good at
it's such a warm community.
It is.
Oh,
it's brilliant.
Well, I've got to do a shout out for Simon Forsyth as well for our roadie on the way out.
Big Si.
Simon Forsyth, aka Technomadic, a former roadie who can't seem to get it out of his system.
It was brilliant.
He
was wheeling that cabinet, wasn't he? He said it was like a skateboarding over Lego. Those cobbles.
He came over on the Sunday afternoon and he said, "If you need any help getting out, I'll do it." And he rocked up, and he was absolutely brilliant. So massive thank you.
Thanks, Simon. That was brilliant.
Of course, we saw Ian there as well, Ian Cole, who gave it a glowing review this year, unlike last year. Gave it a glowing review and signed a band on day one. So
what's it? The Gods of Modular, or something?
The Gods of Modular, who I think are very interested in playing at Synth Southwest. I think.
I think I've seen Doommonger in one of the pictures as well. Was he there as well?
I don't know if Doommonger was.
I didn't see him at Bristol, but he was certainly in Epsom on Wednesday.
We talked
was
about
in a picture
together.
outside Kent's. I seen him.
Yeah. This one.
Yes.
So from left to right, you got Matt Evans. You got some geezer there who's clearly not changed his clothes since Bristronica.
No, it's the blue one. I had a brown one on there.
So you got Matt Evans, you got Peter there, Robert. So Robert got wind of this get together, and he was in the pub chat on the day and saying, I wish I'd known about this. I jumped on the train. So he did. And he jumped on the train and walked from the station up to Kent. So that's native VS there, in case you haven't. Some fat Italian git. Kent looks like an old woman all hunched over, bless him. Ian J. Cole there, Keith in Watford, Peter Toll, who was there to pick up some synthesizers, and Kevin, who's also known as Doomonger in the chat. And he came over on the most amazing motorbike as well. So
I steady on.
Yes. So we had a great afternoon at Spong Towers.
We did.
Nice.
Have you recovered, Kent?
Essentially, no.
No.
Basically,
the dogs were shattered, weren't they?
I tell you what, though, I went into the workshop this morning, and for some reason, it smells of pasta.
Pasta? We didn't have any.
Yeah.
Join my Patreon to find out more.
Yeah.
How is Lily after all that cream?
Oh yeah.
Oh God! I tell you what, she did sleep in quite late. So she had all the cream, that little moo. So where did you put it on the side or something?
Yeah, my fault. I put it on the side. I forgot I've got little dogs. They don't get up that high.
Yeah.
Yours do.
Yeah. Well, Lily does. That's for certain.
It's the fact that she just took the cream and left the toffee and the banana and the biscuit.
She doesn't like banana.
Oh, well, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shocking.
But there you go. It's been a brilliant week, a brilliant few days.
Great.
Yeah, it has,
really
busy
nice.
one for you guys though. Very, very busy week for you guys.
Well, it's carrying on tomorrow because we've got the London Synth show that's happening at the Musical Museum in Brentford. This is it here. If you haven't got your tickets, it's beyond the door only, and only if they've got enough space to let you in. But it's been an incredible take up on these. Dean is going to be there. So is Alex Ball and Luke Edwards, and Spike Edney, who plays keyboards and is the musical director for none other than Queen. So he knows his onions. So it's going to be a lovely day tomorrow. Early start again, but should be fun. Yeah. So it's they've got the core gallery there, which has got lots of stuff in, including, I believe, they've still got the new PS3300 there. So I'm looking forward to getting hands on with that.
Will they let you touch it this time?
Well, hopefully, yeah.
they were really,
at Super Booth. At Super Booth, in fact, our friend Mark Barnes went up to them and said, "Can I have a go at this?" And they said, "No, it's only." I can't remember the phrase they used, but it's. And they said, "Who are you?" And he said, "Well, I design sounds for Korg," and they still wouldn't let him do it.
Yeah.
That wasn't Korg, now, was it? That was the distributor.
It was the German distributor. Yeah. So to be fair, yes. Yeah. Anyway, so so if you're going to that, then give us a shout and we'll look out for you there. So it's been a busy few days. Well, what else have we got to talk about? This was an interesting thing. It's a little bit of software, and I like free stuff. I think everybody likes free stuff. If you use Contact, exactly. If you use Contact, then Blex Audio, who do some amazing libraries, Distinction and Motion are the two big libraries that they do. They've now done this thing called Blex Box, and essentially it's a suite of boxes, each one containing some just unique little sounds. So you've got a pizzicato strings library. You've got sand guitar, which is basically, instead of strumming the strings, they drop sand onto it and sample that.
Sounds awful.
Just low sine is actually a very useful tool, because when you're mixing and you're losing that bottom end, if you just throw some sort of low sine waves in there, it just gives you that boost. So it's a tool for doing that. The clap one is really cool because it's human claps, and you can mess around with the room size and the amount of people clapping. It's a very interesting little library. And there's a couple of free demos of the big libraries that they do, Motion and Distinction, which are rather nice if you're into kind of ambient cinematic atmospheric stuff. But yeah, Blex Audio. It's blexaudio.de, and just find the Blex box there. Something to add to your little sample collection, Kent?
Probably the sign.
Yeah.
Probably the sign. I think I can use that in various aspects. I think I've got a sample library where they're dropping something on guitar strings and stuff. And it's just
bowling ball.
Yeah, it's sort of like sort of a Buick.
By that sample library.
But it's getting like that now, isn't it? It's kind of, well, we've really done all the contemporary sounds now. Now, to sell more sample libraries, what should we do? Oh, I know. Let's have a piano library, but this time it's played by a depressed psychopathic panda. Oh, yeah, that'd be brilliant. Let's do that.
Sam.
Sam.
Whilst it's on fire.
Yeah, so, things like that. It's sort of like,
one of the great ones that came out of that, though, Kent, is like the felt piano. I love the sound of a felt piano, and I'd never heard that until sample libraries. I just think that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, there was an early library that did have did kind of the felt piano thing. And they also did things where they were putting newspaper on the strings and playing it and stuff like that, just to get extra, just to mess with it a bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's sort of like playing sounds through the world's largest gravy boat or something. It's just trying to find different ways of making of mangling or what's now they call them, what is it, augmented?
Yes,
you put augmented in the front of something like that, and then you just go.
Well, the whole augmented series from Arturia, which I wrote the manual for.
But funny enough, you mentioned them because the augmented ones in Arturia are bloody brilliant. They are really, really nice instruments. That one I downloaded last night.
Augmented choirs from UDI.
Yeah. I could have lived without it.
Woulda, shoulda.
Because it actually ended up walking into areas of other libraries.
Yeah.
So, and you wouldn't want, if that was your first choir library you were going for, you wouldn't get on with it at all. Because you need something more generic first to play with.
Didn't we talk about a felt piano last week? The Sonic Couture deep felt or something?
Yeah, it was a deep felt.
Yeah.
Always something.
Yeah.
Deep felt.
Yeah, deep felt.
Deep felt.
Yeah.
iOS Prophecy.
Get up to 20 years for it.
Matt Evans says, I've never felt a piano. Well, not in that way anyway.
I bet you have.
That deserves a... What should we do? Give me a
And then Andrew Brooks comes back saying, I have. Enough said.
What a wanker.
Matron.
That's on there too somewhere.
I've been messing around with that deep felt piano.
Messing about.
But it's lovely because it's very deeply sampled. I mean, it's like, there's like 18 layers and stuff, and you can really it's very nice. Yeah, I do like a felt piano myself too. Very good stuff. Yeah, so Blexbox, blexaudio.de is the address. I haven't done a code for it. I suppose I should. Let's do that very quickly because it doesn't take long at all.
Come on, do a code.
Do a code. Here we go. No, wrong button. There we go. That button there. This button here. New QR code. And there it is.
I did notice you had a QR code on the banner at the stand as well.
Yep. Yep. That
we had to check it worked when we got it back.
Well, I checked it when it got delivered, but
next time.
Yeah, there you go. Blexbox is right there. You can go and click on that and download them for free. Nice, interesting things. And go and check out. There's some very cool little things. I like those little. I like that companies do that. It's interesting little things. And yes, it's designed to get you into, their product range. But you can walk away with some free stuff. I noticed Spitfire Labs is now part of this new Splice instrument because Splice bought out Spitfire recently. And now they have this Splice instrument, and Labs is becoming part of that, which feels like it's kind of betraying the roots of what Labs was. Because there was Labs, which was free, and then there was Labs Plus, where it wasn't free, or some parts of it wasn't free. Now it's becoming part of that. I was just thinking, oh, that's that gone then. But there's still plenty of other stuff around there.
Good Lord.
Now, last week, Mr. McAuley was talking about the Waldorf OS operating system for the Iridium and the Quantum. and you were testing it and going back and forth with the developers, and it's now available. Let me just take that thing out of the way there. It's now available, and they've leveled it up to now. Apparently, is the first major hardware synth to support MIDI 2.0.
Oh, really?
Apparently, I don't know how true that. I'm sure if Steve Elbows is in the chat, he will tell us quickly enough if that's not true. But yeah, MIDI 2.0, it's been around for a while, and so there's been some MIDI 2.0 equipped controllers, but apparently this is the first hardware synth that's done it. Have you experienced this the final version of this, or know of people who have, and has it fixed things? Didn't you say James Dyson was using?
Yes, right. Well, I've put it into mine, but I've had very little time on mine to sort of see. Put it this way, my synth was crashing probably 4 to 5 times a week was how often it was happening, sometimes a few times in a day. And fair play to them, they took it on board, and they changed. Initially what they'd done was change the operating system to actually capture, because it does have a crash report, but because the way this crash was happening, it wasn't capturing the crash, because the only way you could fix the crash was power the synth off, so everything just got erased. So they then changed the firmware that if the crash happened, it now comes up on the screen to say, do you want to shut the synth down, or do you just want to restart? And if you hit the restart on the screen, it captures that. You can then send this crash report through to Waldorf, and that helped them loads. And I know that James, he had a stream, and I think he was on for 2.5 hours without a glitch, not a problem with it at all. So I'm kind of hoping now that's them got to the bottom of this. I don't think it was affecting the other models. It just seemed to be the Iridium, and not everyone's Iridium was getting it. It was a strange one.
Well, there you go.
Mine crashed twice a stream. 9 now working fine. Great work, Waldorf. Yeah. Well done, guys. So,
yeah, absolutely.
And it wasn't even the engineering department, to be fair. It was Rolf. It was the guy that actually owns Waldorf.
Yeah.
He was the one that took it on board and says, right, we'll get to the bottom of this. And fair play to him, he did. He was head in. And there was a little issue with the pitch wheel, which wasn't resolved. And then I says, look, if you go back to firmware, blah, 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 which I can't remember what number it was, I says, this problem wasn't there. And then the following day, he sent me an update and says, I think this may fix your pitch wheel problem, and it's gone. Everything seems to be so far, touch wood, which is great service. You can't ask for more than that. They've taken it on and got it fixed, which is the main thing. So
yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So well done, Waldorf. Yeah.
So if you've got Quantum or Iridium, Uridium. Do anybody else remember the Commodore 64 game Uridium?
Yes.
What a game! Andrew Braybrook, he was one of the best. Anyway, so off on a tangent there. Go and update that. Also, let me just bring this one in. So this was something that...
Yes, the correct.
Was this... I didn't see this because I...
Yes,
it was.
Yes. Yeah.
So this
the black
is
version of the crick next to the,
Yeah.
the original sort of blue-green one. I don't know what colour it is, actually, but sort of the tealy kind of beautiful, both of them.
Yeah. So this is called the Brunel edition.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about this, other than that it's an amazing synthesizer, is the wood end panels are made from the reclaimed wood that was used when they restored the SS Great Britain in the 70s.
Wow.
This wood was the wood that was used on the decking of the SS Great Britain when it was refurbed in the 1970s. So not only is it ecologically friendly, it's reclaimed wood.
Really
it's Australian jarrah wood or something.
Of history.
It's this whole connection, because obviously Finlay Shakespeare, who's the guy behind FSS, is a Bristol-based guy. It's the Brunel edition. It's got the SS Great Britain decking on the sides. How cool is that? And it's an amazing
ace.
And it's an incredible synth. Incredible.
It really
you can't make enough, because there's, I mean, again, phenomenal synthesizer engineer.
These are all hand-built, I assume, are they?
Yeah, hand-built.
Yeah.
So he's, Jackson, sod off. I'm making a point, and every time I make a point, he just jumps on the table with his backside in my face. Yeah, it sounds great. And I mean, obviously, he's been building modules and this is a big stovepipe hat with him. He did have his stovepipe hat. I failed to capture him on my stream because every time he was like, literally follow me, and he's like went one way. But yes, it deservedly is getting a lot of recognition, and it did last year at launch. Again, it was launched at Bristronica. Yeah. So 6 months. It's midpoint of the year, isn't it? Between sort of super booths. So it's good to see that. It's becoming a
real thing.
Absolutely. A lot of modular makers are using that as their springboard. So good to see.
Something else that happened this week. Do you remember we covered this when it went on to a crowdfunding? I think it was a Kickstarter. The Keimer Former Alt, which was this drone machine, this multi-oscillated drone machine with the wonderful pin matrix on the right-hand side with these beautifully, fully lathed pins. It was just a gorgeous-looking thing. These are now shipping. People have got these now, and hopefully there'll be a production run coming very soon. But it was this wonderful drone machine that you can select the key and the style and everything, and then just blend your oscillators and mess around. That's now shipping, which is fantastic. Here's your token modular bit on the show.
Hey,
I have to say I listened to this the other day. This is Strymon, who are mostly pedal manufacturers, but they have done one or two modules which are generally effects based. This is now a synthesizer. The Strymon Super Car Plus, see what they did there, Car Plus
Strong.
Is a Car Plus Strong based string synthesizer, which has two sections. You can have a solo voice and a chord voice playing at the same time. It's 32 voices available to you here in a 12 HP source rack unit, and it's only $399 US. It sounds incredible. Let's see if we can. I'm sharing the audio on this. Let's see. I love the sound of Car Plus Strong strings. Just something about them. Let's find a bit in here. There you go. You can hear that, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a really lovely sounding thing. And then you can do chords with it as well.
Nice.
Very nice. So that's now available, which is a lovely thing. And we talked about the Brunel edition there of the Crick, and another sample unit or another Eurorack unit that's come out is the brand new version of the Squarp Rample, which I think we did cover when the original came out. But the original was 5 years ago. Is a while. Yeah. They've now improved it. It's got a faster, larger SD card. They've also improved the audio signal path on it as well. That retails for about 350 quid. But it's quite a remarkable little thing. So there you go. We've covered some modular for you.
Well, did you actually see, talking about modular, this is not rocket science. I think Stin, who is known for making really good modules, really amazingly high quality, has developed and has designed a keyboard, which supports MPE, and is talking to everyone, all the people we know, people like Paul from PWM, about having this beautiful keyboard in these instruments. That's definitely something to investigate as a keyboard player. Sure. So it's a manufacturer of modulars who's going a little bit different direction. Incredible. So on my stream, it's going back. On my stream, I interviewed him, so there's a little bit of it on the Sunday second stream I did for that. But definitely watch that space. You're going to see that on instruments that you will probably be more interested in. That's just I can't see the screen. It's like literally
I thought you were just a way to throw them over your shoulder.
Over the left shoulder for luck.
I would say it's RSPCA. You're abusing your Persian cat. No, I'm not abusing him. He's just dropped him on the floor.
No, that'd be very interesting to see.
Do that. have a look at
definitely,
that. Definitely.
Well, there you go. I think that's a show. We've managed to fill 2 hours. We've had lots of good stuff to look at and listen to, and hopefully we'll see more of those, the MPC Live 3 and the TR-1000 over the coming weeks and months. So there we go. So the week's not over yet. We've got the London Synth Show tomorrow in Brentford at the Musical Museum on the High Street. But it's tickets only, and at the moment, if you want to turn up on the day, you'll have to wait outside until there's room to get you in, because it's fully subscribed, beyond fully subscribed.
One in, one out.
If you're going there, say hi. It'll be good to see you. We didn't do the Synthspirations. Should we finish on the Synthspiration? We've got 5 minutes. Let's finish on the Synthspiration. We'll come back and we'll say our goodbyes. Thank you very much. This guy's always saving my ass. Steve Elbows. Thank you for reminding me, because that was we've had so much to talk about. So let's do this now. So this is from Tom, or Tommy, who is out in the Netherlands, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If you want to send your Synthspirations, if you don't know what Synthspirations are, it is you telling us on video what music, what artists, what songs in particular inspired you to get into this crazy, crazy world of music technology and synthesizers. And this is Tommy's Synthspirations.
Belgium.
Yeah. It's from Belgium.
Belgium.
Oh, it's moved.
Very different.
There you go.
Don't
close.
say the.
It's moved.
It's close.
Like a pooping.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologise. Anyway, here is the Synthspirations from Tommy.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and first of all, a big thank you to the Pro Synth Network for all the effort and the love you guys put into the show. Contributing with this video is a true pleasure. In the mid-80s, I was about 15 years old, and I stumbled upon a small brochure explaining MIDI. It must be from the music store. Magazine's brochure is the only way to get informed back in the days. The idea that you could connect and communicate with devices, the introduction to sort of computer networks was back then very exciting to me. And maybe without realizing, back then it was a pivot point in my life when it comes to career choices. Even today, part of my job as a creative professional is learning and researching and connecting all kinds of technologies. And if I can, I add musical instruments to the playground to test all kinds of proof of concepts. So why not turn Synthspiration into an experiment? In this experiment, I want to try to make the MetaQuest 3 a little bit smarter and embed AI into the device. I will be using Unity and a bit of coding in C#, OpenAI API and the MetaQuest 3. When finished, I will show the VR headset record covers or record sleeves. I want the device to tell me what kind of synthesizers or drum machines are used, name producers and other famous artists they worked for, say something about the genre or time period in general. Can it be that smart? Here we go. Okay, let's start with Mantronix. We can see that producer Curtis Mantronic is mentioned. Also worked for artists like EPMD. The 808 is mentioned. Bassline is a notable track. The 303 should be mentioned in my opinion. That's what the track Bassline is all about. Yeah. So let's bring in the 303. What can you tell me about the 303? Analog bass synthesizer, most famous for acid house, and of course Future is for sure known to be a pioneer in this genre. Fantastic repertoire. Moving on to a different genre, the Das Band, known for funk and R&B music, produced by Reggie Andrews and Ricky Smith. Also worked for the Temptations, but no specific instruments mentioned. Small fail. It's a little bit of a fail. Okay, moving on to Midnight Star. Let's see. That's a lot of text. R&B and funk genre are mentioned. Reggie Calloway and Vincent Calloway are the producers, who also worked for the Pointer Sisters. Yamaha DX7 is mentioned, and also the 808 is mentioned, and I believe that, but I'm sure many other machines and many other instruments could have been mentioned as well. Talking about the 808, let's see what he has to say about this. This machine is so iconic, should be easy. Happy to see that African Bambata and Soul Sonic Force are mentioned. Planet Rock really made me fall in love with the 808 sound. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic record. Staying in the 80s with Madonna. That's a big fail. This is not True Blue. So yeah, from the start it's all reasoning in the wrong direction. So all names, everything mentioned is wrong. A complete fail. Okay, move on to the last one. Princess. Produced by Stockake, Waterman, and Rick Ashley and Kai Minogue, of course, are mentioned then. Seems easy. Fairlight CMI could be correct, but not convincing for me. A lot of other instruments could be and should be mentioned. So, to conclude, when it comes to talking about music culture, do not underestimate human beings. Shows again the value of initiatives like the Pro Synth Network. So much fun to listen to the stories of the guests in the show. I'm a fan, not always listening live, but I try to catch up within the week. Maybe we will meet someday in real life. Who knows? Bye.
That was brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, very good.
That was clever. Really very good. Yeah, absolute round of applause. There we go.
Great to see some technology in there as well. VR
and again, another really clever way of covering some of that stuff. I mean, there's a lot of record covers in there that in my collection for sure.
Sorry, my diabetes is going off.
So yeah, don't collapse on us. So Tommy, thank you so much. I apologise for misnationalising you. You are Belgian, not Dutch. You forgive this ignorant British guy for getting that wrong. But yeah, I hope to. Yeah, it would be great to meet you if you can drive across to Berlin for Super Booth. That's where we tend to meet most of our European friends. It'd be fantastic to meet you. And thank you very, very much for another innovative and thoroughly interesting and very clever. And I like the bit at the end where he says, don't get rid of the humans. The humans have we still have
our
a place.
History.
Yeah, absolutely.
Books.
And we will be putting that video up onto our Patreon site without any adverts in, and also for our YouTube channel members in the coming days. So if you are one of those subscribers, you'll get to watch that video in its entirety without any interruptions, and it'll be fantastic to do that. So thank you again, Tommy, for your Synthspirations. If you want to send in the Synthspirations, all you've got to do is make a little video like that, or like anything. I mean, we've had so many great, wonderful different submissions, but just tell us about the music that's inspired you, the music that motivated you to get into this. That's hence the name, Synthspirations. And all you've got to do is send in that video, preferably using a file transfer service like WeTransfer or something similar, Dropbox, that kind of thing. Send us the link to download the video to either rob@prosynthnetwork.com or prosynthnetwork@gmail.com, whichever one works out easiest for you. Either works for me, and I'll be able to grab that video, and you will be featured on a forthcoming PSN show. So, gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. I hope you've all got busy weekends. Anyone doing anything interesting or exciting? You're filling your rack up, Jason.
Filling my new modular. But also...
That's very nice, that, Jason. I do like that. Just that unit may even get me in Euro.
This is...
It's nice actually, like that. Don't worry about filling it.
It looks like a gorgeous old upright, doesn't it?
Black and blue
piano or something.
Yeah.
I have actually just realised that this T-shirt makes me look like I'm just a head floating on the floor.
You are just a head.
Didn't you win the module, Jason?
I did.
Well,
I didn't win the module, but
black and blue.
Black and blue. It's not in here. Here's the thing. Oh, it is in here. The black and blue, which is a 6-stage envelope, 95 quid. Black and blue. Wow. Great. And it's called Doug.
Oh, you can start doing some Alpha Juno kind of stuff with that.
Yeah. That is it's not going to go in here, though. That's going to go in my new portable case, which is the case down there next to the
Access Modular one.
The Access Modular case. Brilliant case. I can't open it up because, but that's going to go in that. Alongside some other stuff. But I've got that to fill in. So it's a modular weekend. But that's going to go motorbiking with me. The one down there.
Okay, right, nice.
Moto Synth Adventures. That's going to be my case for that. The Axis one with the black and blue Doug.
Brilliant. Peter, are you finishing the unloading and the unpacking?
Yeah, this weekend. I'm probably down Dawlish next week, trying to get this video done. But Storm Amy is causing havoc everywhere. So I don't really want to stood on top of that plinth again.
No, it does get a bit breezy. Good stuff. Excellent.
Scott?
No, it's quite a quiet one for me this weekend. Well, Shonish, the wife, she's away out to a wedding tomorrow night. She's just got an evening invite to one of her friends from work, so she's away to do that. I think I'll probably just end up working, to be honest. Be a quiet one this weekend.
Yeah,
but,
fair. Good stuff. Excellent.
Dog sit.
Andrew, are you taking some time to recover?
Do you know I am? I've just realised I'm still not feeling great, so I'm just going to snuggle up and just get over this, whatever it is. So
don't blame you. Excellent stuff. And Mr. Spong, what are you doing with that Oscar that's in your front room?
Well, I'm just thinking of something involving a large hammer.
It'll just bounce off the rubber.
That's true.
You could put it in a handbag.
Yeah. No, it's been quite a busy day today. A lot has gone on that I can't talk about on an open channel. And tomorrow, I believe we are flatting more panels for spraying.
Lovely. More Mustang action. Well, listen, more gentlemen, thank you. Thank you so much for all of you. It's been a full house. I thought it'd be great to get everyone in here and talk about Bristronica. Peter, I say thank you all the time, but thank you again for all your hard work in getting Bristronica, sorted for us, and for the stuff that you're doing with Synth Southwest, which we will be talking more about soon when tickets will go on sale. So looking forward to that.
1st of November.
Yep, indeed. And we'll be hopefully looking to firm up the lineup for the evening event. So we're going to have some nice music. But thank you to all of you for taking some time out on your Friday evenings to come and join us. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. If this is your first time because you came and saw us at Bristronica and you scanned the code and you came along, hopefully we didn't disappoint and you've subscribed and hit that like button, and we will hopefully see you again soon.
Are you supposed to plug something, Rob?
Yes, well, next week we are going to be joined. So it's my memory is terrible. Next week we're going to be joined by a couple of people from a certain small software synthesizer company. It's that time again. The clues are there. The clues are there. So yes, we'll be joined by one regular member of the Cherry Audio team. It's illustrious leader Dan, but also I suppose I can. Yeah, it's Mike Martin. Mike Martin will be joining us. The legend that is Mike Martin, who's had a strong hand in this one as well. So. Very exciting. Cherry Audio back on next week. It's always good fun to have those guys on, and we'll be talking about their new instrument. And we've got Guido from GS coming on in the next few weeks. We've got Dan, head of R&D at Korg, coming on in the next few weeks as well. That's going to be super fun. So yeah, please do give us a subscribe and a like, and come back and see us. And don't forget also, Waves in the Park is October the 11th, so it's next week. We'll give that a little plug, but that's AD Vision's little event in the bandstand. Heck, let's just play the trailer. Got some of our friends in there, MHO, Dots, Darren T. House, there was Simon Greatbatch, of course, the Lord of Funk. So great event happening next weekend, I believe. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen, ladies in the show as well. You never know. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. We will be back same time, same place next week with the Cherry Audio guys. Thanks for joining. See you all soon. Take care. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you later, guys.